Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Leicester City versus Manchester United preview. It's Saturday, 3 o'clock kick-off at the King Power Stadium. Now Manchester United are coming into this game having only won 2 of the last 6 games in all competitions. Manchester United are winless in their last 2 league games. Now, our last game, we drew 1-1 with Everton at Old Trafford. That was before the international break. The goals obviously came from Anthony Martial. That was his first goal for Manchester United since February. And Everton's goal came from Andros Townsend. So there were the goals. Don't forget Everton had a disallowed goal by Yerry Mina. Don't forget Cristiano Ronaldo was annoyed with Solskjaer after Man United's 1-1 draw with Everton. Ronaldo stormed down the tunnel. Solskjaer got heavily criticised for not starting Ronaldo against Everton, but Solskjaer came out and said that he had no regrets over not starting Ronaldo. By the way, Ronaldo scored a hat-trick for Portugal against Luxembourg recently. Now Varane is set to miss out on this game. Varane is out for a few weeks with a groin injury. Varane came off injured in France's Nations League final against Spain. He went down holding his leg. He got replaced in the 43rd minute by Dayot Upamecano. Harry Maguire is unlikely to feature in this game against Leicester. You know, Maguire is still out with injury. Maguire came off injured in our 1-0 defeat to Aston Villa earlier on in the season. Now Leicester, they've enjoyed a poor start to the season. They're sitting 13th in the Premier League. Leicester drew their last game with Crystal Palace 2-2. Leicester threw a two-goal lead away. Leicester's manager is Brendan Rodgers. And I've got to say, Brendan Rodgers is a very good manager. He's transformed Leicester. At Leicester, he's won the Charity Shield, because obviously Leicester beat Man City 1-0 before the start of the Premier League season. Brendan Rodgers has also won the FA Cup with Leicester. Leicester beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final last season. Brendan Rodgers has been in charge of Leicester for almost 3 years. He's under contract with Leicester until 2025. Brendan Rodgers has managed quite a few clubs. Before he was at Leicester, he was at Celtic. He won a few trophies at Celtic. Before Brendan Rodgers managed Liverpool, he enjoyed one good season at Liverpool. Also managed Swansea before. When Rodgers was at Liverpool, he was emulating the football that he produced when he was at Swansea. Before, he's managed Reading, he's managed Watford, and a long time ago, he managed Chelsea's youth. Before Brendan Rodgers, Leicester had Claudio Ranieri. They won the Premier League under Claudio Ranieri. Leicester beat us twice last season. They beat us in the FA Cup quarter-final 3-1. And they beat us in the league at Old Trafford 2-1. But we heavily rotated in that game. It was 2-2 at the King Power in the league last season. The last time Leicester beat us at the King Power Stadium in the Premier League was back in 2014-15. It was 5-3. But I am expecting Manchester United to win this game, because we've got a very good away record in the Premier League. We are unbeaten in our last 29 Premier League away games. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January 2020. But Leicester have got a good squad. Obviously, one of their key players is Jamie Vardy. Bailly and Lindelof have got to do a good job to keep him at bay. Don't forget, Jamie Vardy risen up from non-league football, and now obviously he's emulates that level, what he wanted to emulate to. Iheanacho, he's also a good player for Leicester. I think he scored twice in the cup game last season. Leicester have also got Lookman. They got him on loan in the summer transfer window. Leicester have also got Boubakary Soumaré. They brought him in the summer transfer window. Leicester have also got Patson Daka. They brought him in the summer transfer window. Harvey Barnes, he's another one of Leicester's key players. Wilfred Ndidi, he's another one of Leicester's key players. Recent reports have said that Manchester United have been linked with him. Youri Tielemans, he's also very good for Leicester. Leicester have also got James Maddison. Don't forget, Man United went in for him a couple of years ago. Leicester actually got Maddison from Norwich. They paid like £20 million. Leicester have also got Chowdhury. Leicester have got Bertrand. They brought him in the summer transfer window. They've also got Vestergaard. They brought him in the summer transfer window. Leicester have got Fofana. He's out with injury at the moment. Leicester have also got Johnny Evans. He's recently been out with illness. If Johnny Evans plays in this game, he'll be reuniting with Manchester United. Leicester have also got Mendy. I think he's out with injury. They've also got James Justin. He's out with injury. Leicester have also got Timothy Caskini. Think he's a left back. They've also got Luke Thomas. He's a left back. Leicester have got Armati. They've got Ricardo Pereira, who I do rate. They've also got Marco Brighton. Leicester's first choice goalkeeper is Schmeichel. So they are a lot of Leicester's players. Don't forget, Leicester have let players go. Don't forget they lost Harry Maguire to us in the summer of 2019. Leicester, though, got 80 million for him. Leicester also lost Ben Chilwell last year to Chelsea. They also lost N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater to Chelsea. Chelsea have done good business with Leicester in recent years. Leicester also lost Riyad Mahrez to Man City in the summer of 2018. But Leicester have found adequate replacements, obviously, for them departures. I think Dennis Pryor also left Leicester. Later on today, I'll be giving you my predicted 11 for this game. Now, as you all know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is under pressure. Manchester United have 6 games that could be a make or break for Solskjaer. The vast majority of Manchester United fans are demanding Ole out. Maybe there's still some Man United fans that are Ole in. It said the other week, Man United are still fully committed to Solskjaer and have no plans to replace the club legend as manager despite a topsy-turvy start to the season. Solskjaer received very good backing in the summer transfer window. John Murtough backed him. John Murtough is our director of football, and we certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes we needed at the club. John Murtough recently said that we need to keep control and we will not deviate from the plan. The Glazers backed Solskjaer in the summer transfer window, but only through persuasion, because towards the end of last season the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. And reflecting on that, there was Man United fans protesting against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground, then outside Old Trafford. But Solskjaer did reveal that the Glazers apologised. He said not so long ago that the Glazers were unhappy with Solskjaer because of 3 players. The Glazers, it said, are selling 8% of Manchester United and the shares worth 137 million. The Glazers have been at Manchester United since 2005, so they've been with us for 16 years or so. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Ed Woodward has also backed Solskjaer. Well, Woodward did say a long time ago that he'd backed Solskjaer, and he assured that Solskjaer's job was safe even when we was enduring them bad periods. When Solskjaer was close to getting sacked. Woodward is leaving Man United. It got announced he was leaving back in April when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Darren Fletcher also backed Solskjaer in the summer transfer window. And we made the right decision recommending Darren Fletcher back in, because Darren Fletcher knows the club through thick and thin. He endured 2 decades as a player for Man United. And Man United did enjoy a very good summer transfer window. You know, we made 4 signings, brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Aston Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. We spent around 141 million in the summer transfer window. Solskjaer's endured like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. Like I updated you yesterday, Man United players are unhappy with Solskjaer's coaching. That was stemming from The Athletic and the Manchester Evening News. Like I've said to you, they seem to be happy with Solskjaer, but obviously they're not happy with the coaching standards. Obviously our coaching staff are Michael Carrick, Kieran McKenna and Mike Phelan. Not so long ago, Mike Phelan signed a new contract at Manchester United. The Daily Mail said not so long ago that Solskjaer's future could depend on the next 10 games. There's obviously United fans that want Antonio Conte to replace Solskjaer. There's also some United fans that have been demanding Zidane to replace Solskjaer. If Solskjaer does eventually get sacked, he'll be the 4th permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson. Because we've already sacked 3 managers since Ferguson. We sacked Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers. I've said to you already, Solskjaer has to win a trophy at Manchester United this season to basically save his job. Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. And earlier on this season, Solskjaer did say that we must leave a legacy of silverware. We know Solskjaer's ambition for this season, and that's to win the Premier League. We haven't won it since 2013. But I'm very sceptical that we'll win the Premier League under Ollie, and so too are a lot of United fans. Very sceptical about it. But in reality, we should be winning the Premier League this season. Revert back to what I said before. We've got a title-winning squad. And even earlier on this season, Solskjaer told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble-winning team that Ole was part of. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager, and I did mention at the start of this season that this season was going to be massive for Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. In the summer, Solskjaer signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. And we made a mistake giving him that new contract because I can assure he won't see it out. Solskjaer will be celebrating 3 years as Manchester United manager in December. I'm surprised Solskjaer's still Man United manager, but like I've mentioned before, the reason he's still Manchester United manager is because he's a legend of the club. That's what's basically saved his job. I've got strong reservations about Solskjaer's decision making, so too have a lot of other Manchester United fans, because analysing the vast majority of the games Solskjaer's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. Also, Solskjaer doesn't have a proven pedigree as a manager. That is also a concern. Before Solskjaer was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. Only enjoyed a short tenure with them. But reflecting now on Solskjaer, has been Manchester United manager. He has gained some managerial experience and he's learned a few different things on the job. But there's still plenty of things Ollie's got to learn because he's still a young coach. As you all know, we're considering a formation change, which will allow Solskjaer to play two strikers. I presume it will be Ronaldo and Cavani playing together. Ollie has managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. The reason Solskjaer got the job permanently was because he did very, very well as the interim manager, in that 3-month period. These things I've got to credit Ollie for. It's not all negativity regarding Ollie. Like I've said before, Ollie has made good signings as Manchester United manager. So far, Solskjaer has signed 14 players. In the summer of 2019, he recommended Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odion Ighalo in on loan. In the summer of 2020, he brought Alex Telles in, Donny van der Beek, Edison Cavani, Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri. And in this year's summer transfer window, he brought Heaton in, Sancho, Varane and Ronaldo. So we spent like 441 million so far under the Solskjaer era. You can say that progress has been made under Ollie, because obviously Solskjaer has got us to semi-finals. He got us to 3 semi-finals in his first full season. He got us to the EFL Cup semi-final last season. Last season as well, he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. Last season, he got us to the Europa League final. Unfortunately, we didn't win the final. But it was his first major final as Man United manager. So there you go. And last season, Solskjaer got us a second place finish, and in his first full season, got us a third place finish. So like I've said before, what Solskjaer produced in his first full season and his second full season, he's looking to build on that this season. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth as well. He seems to have a lot of trustworthy in his young players. Solskjaer's more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. Solskjaer's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. The players he's got rid of permanently. Obviously sold Daniel James in the summer transfer window. He was the only player we sold in this year's summer transfer window. That was disappointing from a Man United perspective. Ollie's also offloaded Borthwick Jackson and James Wilson. Also, Ollie offloaded Rojo, Fossa-Mensah and Ighalo. They went in January. Solskjaer also released Sergio Romero and Joe Pereira. Ollie's also offloaded Ashley Young, Valencia, Smalling, Darmian, Fellaini. Fellaini left back in January 2019. Also, he offloaded Angel Gomez, Herrera, like I said. Offloaded Sanchez, and he offloaded Romelu Lukaku. So they're a lot of players we got rid of permanently under Ollie. Loaned a few players out in the summer transfer window. We loaned Brandon Williams out, Andres Pereira, Ethan Laird, Axel Tuanzebe, Tahith Chon and Facundo Pellistri. We have also extended a lot of players' contracts under Ollie. Earlier on this season, Solskjaer did say he wants new contracts for 5 players. That's Maguire, Pogba, Fernandes, Rashford and Shaw. Now, I recently give you the news on Harry Maguire. It's said that Man United is set to offer Harry Maguire a new 5-year contract worth £300,000 a week. We want to reward Harry Maguire as he's established himself as a key figure under Solskjaer. Well, at the moment, Maguire currently earns £189,000 a week and he's under contract with Man United until 2025. Maguire has made 78 appearances in the Premier League for Man United. So there you go. But like I said before, Ollie is our best manager since Ferguson, despite me criticising him a lot. Yesterday, I was talking with you about Donny van der Beek. Solskjaer's private view on Van der Beek became public. Solskjaer still believes that Donny van der Beek has an Old Trafford future. Like I've said, Solskjaer has to start Donny van der Beek, especially in the Premier League, because Donny van der Beek is a good player, but I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United because he hasn't had enough game time, like I said. You know, Van der Beek played no part against Everton. He played no part against Villarreal a few weeks ago. Don't forget Van der Beek was furious with Solskjaer after he was left on the bench in Man United's win over Villarreal. Van der Beek was spotted throwing chewing gum in the dugout, and it said Donny van der Beek will try to force a January transfer away from Man United following his Villarreal meltdown. But Van der Beek did play against West Ham in the Cup, and what a performance he put out in that one, and he started against Young Boys in the Champions League. But he got taken off at half-time in that game, and I heavily criticised Solskjaer for that because Van der Beek was our best player in the first half of that game. I think he's leaving though in January because Fabrizio Romano said that Van der Beek is planning to leave the club in January. There's many clubs in for him. It said yesterday that Juventus have opened talks with Van der Beek's agent over a possible move. Newcastle want him. Everton remain interested. Sky Sports News said that not so long ago. Everton were close to signing Donny van der Beek on loan, but Solskjaer rejected Van der Beek's exit. Said not so long ago, Donny van der Beek's agent is said to be working hard on finding a new club for his client. Earlier on this season, Van der Beek told Solskjaer his best position. He reckons he'd be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8, and Van der Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. But this season is Van der Beek's second full season at Man United, got him for 40 million with add-ons included. He's under contract with us till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. So there you go, and I'm expecting Man United to sell players next year, quite a lot should I say. I think Martial's going next year, I think Cavani will go next year, I think Mata's going next year, I think Lingard will go next year, like I said Van der Beek will probably go next year. I want Fred to go next year because he's not good enough to represent the club. Tellez I think will go next year because he doesn't really get in our team. I think Jones will go next year, Bailly will go next year. I also think Diego Dalot will go next year. So anyway guys, on my next video I'll be giving you some more news on Paul Pogba. So anyway guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe to my channel. As you all know, it's Red Devil 24. I'll just remind you again, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.